Steve Wood, I have a question for you I've been meaning to ask for some time. In your opinion, what are the chances of a married couple remaining married if one becomes a Scientologist and the other does not? I'd be interested in your views on this, as someone that I know has been married twice, and originally the wives were not Scientologists, but became so, as I'm sure the husbands somehow talked them into this. With all the negative, toxic information currently available, it does seem strange to me that anyone would willingly go along with this. As you know, non-Scientologists are fully aware of all the adverse publicity currently available. Or does the power of love supersede this? Steve, actually, you hit it. You kind of nailed it there. And here's the funny thing about this, and the reason I wanted to answer this question and bring this up is because the power of love is extremely similar to what happens when somebody gets involved with a cult. They fall in love with the group and with its leader. It's the same kind of chemical process in so many ways. Obviously not romantic love, but the feelings of euphoria, the neurochemicals, the neurotransmitters in play, and all of that is so similar, and so are the feelings that come along with it, as well as the kind of emotional unbalancing that happens where this thing, this entity, this ideal, this person or group becomes so much more than they really are. This adoration and fervor that the cult member or relationship member will feel when they are in love in the first early phases of it, the romantic phase, they're just stupefying. Literally, they make people stupid, right? They make incredibly bad decisions, and it's all emotion based, and trust goes, appetite over a tin cup, and everything just goes kind of crazy for a while. Anybody who's been in love understands what I'm talking about. Well, it's very similar getting into a cult too. So my point is, here you have, Joe and Bill, right? or Joe and Sally. And so Sally is Joe's going to become a Scientologist. Joe is a Scientologist now, and he wants Sally to become a Scientologist. Well, Sally is madly in love with Joe. And and they're going to get married, or they just recently were married or something. And so Joe's going to convince her pretty easily that, that Scientology is something she should be part of, or something she should do. It doesn't always work, but it works most of the time. I mean, hell, it even worked on Nicole Kidman, and she really didn't want to have anything to do with it. But she got all the way up to OT3 with Tom Cruise. They very, very, very much encourage it. So can you have a situation where this is resisted or where this doesn't happen? Of course you can. Absolutely. I've only seen it, though, once, where a person was at the highest levels of Scientology, OT8, and her husband was not. And he was still a Christian, still attended Christian church. She went to Sunday service with him on Sundays, which blew me away. I was like, what, really? As I was a Sea Org member at the time, finding this out. This was a woman who was out in Minnesota, in Twin Cities. So yeah, it can happen, right? And it can happen because of what I just said, as far as the whole love thing goes. And it's kind of interesting and crazy watching human relationships happen when love gets involved.